Let's get the show on the road. I think we're going to be live here in a second. Anyway, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another live trading session. What are we up to? So it's November 8th, 7:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, usually I try to wait for something to start moving and start trading. But, you know, pre-market has been a real snooze fest lately. So I guess let's just get into it. And one thing we can do is actually review one thing I did yesterday. And yesterday we did a little bit of trading in the afternoon. And I got to say big thank you to Dots in the Discord for pointing this ticker out for me, or the price action the ticker was currently performing. I think I would have missed it otherwise. And making a profit, just posted this really random thing in the Discord. Super. All right, so yesterday I had two trades on coin again, of course. We had the first trade here and the second trade here. We made 1,800 on the first trade and 1,000 on the second one. Let me quickly show you guys what happened. So in a nutshell, Dots was like coin coming down into the 55s, and I was like, uh-oh, let me check. And then I was like, this is looking really good. And ultimately, the reason I actually ended up trading this one, it's a little bit hard to see in the picture, but if you go here and we go to, let's say, the 15-minute, we've been on a huge sell-off on this ticker. We're talking like 30%, and we just had that initial first really big bounce, and guess what? We came back, kind of tested that area again. Usually you don't see that continuation right away, so I figured we're going to be ranging here for a little bit. So that's why I ended up trading this one again, looking for that range. And I didn't think we were going to have a reversal, but I was just looking for the range. So ultimately, when we came down to 55, whoops, let's see, open a new tab. Here we go. I'm not sure why it's not just loading it. Sometimes that happens, I guess. For some reason, it's downloading it. Let's see here, more apps. No, not Notepad. Paint, no. It's not so important. Let's just go ahead and kind of zoom in here. So, and let me try one last time. Usually this works. No, it's still not working. I don't know why. Anyway, as we were selling off, I started accumulating below 55. I was waiting for that big break of 55. And that's where I started buying this one, and then we wrote it up, and then I actually had a call. This was really good timing. And right after the call, I noticed we were approaching VWAP, and I ended up selling this one. This was like really good timing. I almost never have such great entry and exit, so this is like an anomaly, but really nice how this one worked out. And you can see here, big sell-off. I ended up accumulating on that break of 55 as we were coming down to big support zone down here, and I just sold on the retest of VWAP. Pretty straightforward. And then I actually did one more trade. This one, I actually got to update the picture here a little bit. Let me just do that right now. So let me just go here and then just say browse, and then I think I have it saved. If I don't have it saved, I know where to find it. One sec here. Sorry about this, guys. Let me get that out of the way. Okay, one sec. Ticker. Let me just quickly save the image. Okay, so it's coin 26 options. Let me just get this one saved and updated. But yeah, basically this one, same situation as here. I bought a call, and I bought a call that expires on the 25th of November. So it was basically 3 weeks out. And I figured at that time, you know, with the buying the spot price like I did here, I can hold this one for, you know, as long as I want, because it's not leverage or anything. But the size was pretty big. It was $38,000. That's a pretty big size. And so ultimately with this trade, I only invested $2,800. That was the max I could have lost. Now this needs to be, max cost here needs to be times 100. So a little bit of a trade journal correction that we need to fix there. But this moved 35%. This was crazy. So, right, yeah, for some reason it works this time. So pulled off. I bought at 288. It bounced up 30 something percent. And I took profits as we were approaching that VWAP here on the spot price. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I could have bought a little bit more time out, like maybe 2 months out options contract, but it would have not been as much profit and it would have been a little bit more premium. So there is something to consider there. I was talking to Colby about that yesterday, trying to figure out what would have been like the best situation there in terms of like, yeah, what kind of option expiration should I've got? So yeah, that was pretty much it. Obviously, TD Ameritrade has a $5 commission on 10 contracts. I think it's like 50 cents a contract then. Yeah. And I did get that reduced recently even. So those were my 2 trades yesterday, which was a really nice way to kind of get into things. If you check my portfolio and you just check my swing trading stocks in my calendar, here in November, we were lucky enough to have a pretty good month so far. So on Thursday, we had 9 swing trades for $1,700. And then Friday, we had 6 swing trades for $2,000 profit. And then Monday, we had 2 swing trades, the option and the spot price on coin for $2.8 thousand. So that's like a really nice way to start the month for swing trading. But for day trading, it's been super slow. So I haven't really been doing a lot of day trading. Like I'm doing like 10 to 15 trades a day. We're not getting a lot of momentum. It's just kind of like, it's a total grind session right now. Just trying to wait for those good setups. And eventually, you know, they come to you. And that's pretty much what coin was yesterday. So Dots pointed it out, like, boom, back at 55. And, you know, yesterday when I was live trading, I was waiting for a ticker to come to me. But ultimately, no ticker ever came to me yesterday. So we were just pretty much sitting on our hands while we were day trading. And I ended the day slightly red. I think I was down like 200, 250 or something like that. And then with the swing trade, you know, I didn't even want to trade. And this trade popped up and I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what we were waiting for. Either we were waiting for it pre-market, we were waiting for it at the market open, but it's happening now. Let's jump on it. I did size up okay, $38,000. I honestly could have done much more size. But that's why I did the options contract to try a little bit there. So I felt like I was kind of sized up pretty good on this one. I guess in hindsight, you're always like, should have used more size. But at the same time, it was my biggest win in terms of, it wasn't options. It was my biggest win spot, but it was my biggest win with options. So a little bit of learning there for sure. And look at that, coin is back at 55. I might have to trade it again. Cheers, disciplined trader. It's almost weird saying your username. That's so good. That's so good. Colby going all out. Yeah, the stats on the swing trading portfolio are nice. But hey, we just had a nice little win streak, so it all evens out over time. We did have some big losses on coin initially because I was buying it in like the 120s and then it dipped all the way to 70. And then I sold pretty much everything on the bounce, but I still took a pretty fat loss. And then we bought back. And then I managed that position. So we actually only ended up losing like $3,000 or something like that. But still, like that, you know, there's tons of risk involved for sure. And I don't want people to think like, you know, it's like easy peasy. But yeah, right now we're getting some really nice setups. And that's kind of my point here is like, you see those good setups, you want to get a little bit more aggressive. Let's quickly go back to the calendar. So scroll down here, see this negative $2.5 thousand trade. So this one I basically opened up sometime, I think it was in late August, sometime here, and then I managed the position all of September and October. So this was like legit like a $10,000-$15,000 loss that I just managed a lot. So let's see here, this trade, let's quickly go to it. So yeah, this one's hectic. Because I started accumulating it, where was it? Somewhere here with light size, like 10 shares, 60 shares, 20 shares. And then I kept buying it, 20 shares, 10 shares. So I kept averaging all the way down. And then here on the bounce, I sold like majority of the position. Then it came down again. I rebought majority of the position. Popped up, sold, popped down, bought, popped up, sold, popped down, bought, popped up, sold. So I really lost a lot of profit here, but then I just never fully closed the position. I should have closed the position, so I would have had a lot more better analytics on it. And then somewhere here, I ended up finally closing the position. So ultimately, what we've been doing in the last couple trading days on coin is not something new. It's something I've been doing a long time in a different kind of trade in a way, and that's why I think I'm a bit on a flow on it, because I've been doing it for months. Now I finally just closed that one big loser, or the $2.5 thousand loser, and doing individual trades out of it. So it's a little bit more like, oh, okay, boom, that was actually a $2,000 winner, instead of like, you have a $10,000 loser and I just made 1,000 and then another 1,000 and then turned it into a smaller loser. So yeah, I mean, look at yeah, this trade was really long. Look at this meme generator. This chick is crying. Amen. No free lunch in trading. Tons of pain and suffering. Exactly. So yeah, exactly. Didn't come out of nowhere. I wanted to share that. I feel like maybe I didn't share that enough. Although I constantly share these things in the Discord and stuff, but I guess if you're just popping in, it might be a little confusing. Good call here on Gnauben. So we got Iccm popping up, possibly something worth trading. I don't like the fact that it went below VWAP, and the 5 minutes is looking a little hairy. Yeah, I don't, display Colby, I don't even know if it's good risk management or horrible risk management. I'm still wondering, because I managed the position well, but at the same time, I should have probably never been in that situation to begin with. But at the time, it wasn't really a swing trade. It was more of like an investment. And I think that's what always messed me up on that trade, is like I was always planning to hold this one for a long period of time. But since it sold off so much, I was like, well, there's a lot of volatility ahead, so maybe I should just manage this position a little bit. And that's kind of when I stopped the investment, turned it into a swing trade, and then things started going much better. I suck at investing. Like, I feel like if I ever want to invest again, I'm just going to blindly buy the SPY on like a weekly buying automation program. Picking individual stocks investing is ridiculous. I don't know. Trading is one thing. Day trading and swing trading is one thing, but investing is like, it's hectic. You just need a long time horizon and just, close your eyes and let Jesus take the wheel. I think that's like pretty much the way to go. Iccm, I'm watching it while I'm rambling, hoping that, something looks a little bit more interesting. 180% pop. What the heck just happened to this one? Breast cancer procedures. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, milestone. I don't know what's going on. So healthcare tech, 37 million shares outstanding, 38 million market cap. What the heck? Huge rip. But does not hold anything that makes you want to really trade it. Reminds me a little bit of yesterday, the ticker I fell into. Oh, what ticker was that? I think it was GCT. Hold on. No, it was CTM. His ticker sucked so bad. At least for me. Took a pretty decent loss there. But then there was another one. I think it was even Vero. I took another big loss on this one. Yeah, it was Vero. It was Vero. So this one randomly just had a huge move here, 70%, and I actually didn't really realize it was a large cap with some bigger news. And I treated it like a small cap that was, having a quick breakout, and I ended up taking pretty much like a 10% loss on this one, but I traded freaking micro size. So what I always do on a first time ticker, first time setup, is just trade very small size, because I don't have any flow on a ticker yet that I haven't traded, so I better trade small size. If I do really well, great, then I'll start sizing into it, but otherwise there's no point in it constantly trading it too big size too early. Yeah, good point, Corey. He says, my loss on Nrbo was a great reminder that we should always look a couple days in the past, because it just did literally the same thing. Nrbo. Wow, look at that, disgusting. Sell-off is literally disgusting. Yeah, buy the SPY on red days, and that's the entire strategy. I think if I wasn't a trader and I don't know, I had like a normal day job, or I don't know, was like had a startup and that was my only thing I did, I think I would just be long the SPY and like crypto and like a few other, like a general portfolio, and that's all I would do. I still do that, but it's a very small part of my net worth, besides maybe like some crypto investments. It's about like 20% of my assets or something like that. Depending, it fluctuates quite a bit, obviously. So going back to ICC, not ICCC, what was Gnobin calling out? IC, oh, yes, just with actual capital. So nervous when these tickers pull back like this. I was expecting a bigger pop over VWAP. I would have, like I said, I wanted to see this one hold above VWAP. I don't really like touching these tickers when they die off below VWAP. Wow, my neck is so sore. Yesterday I had the most intense sneeze ever. You know when those sneezes, you just like, wah! And then I really felt my neck when I sneezed. And then when I was at the gym, or the park where I do calisthenics, I think I was doing some muscle ups, and then I think I strained it even more. Usually once you strain something, you really just want to avoid overworking it. And I think yesterday I really overworked it. So now it's just tight, very tight. Making profit, that's a really good give. What's a computer bot called in a computer game, like an MPG or NPC? NPC, right? It's like non-player character, yeah, NPC. Colby knows. Colby, we still gotta pick a game that we could play. We need like a we need something that anyone could just join at any time, and we have like a lobby that's just rotating, you know? Anytime people could just jump in and start playing. I know you're really into poker and chess, but I'm thinking like something a little bit more stress relieving, like, I don't know, a shooter game or something like that. And we just need a lobby. Just always have it open. Like a D-Gen lobby. We got to get creative here. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I could go from trading to poker and then chess. Although I'd play chess every now and then, like especially if I'm just sitting down. Like the only game I do have on my phone is the chess.com app, and then I'll always do like these mini 5 versus 5, the 5v5. I don't know if you guys can see that. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, not 5v5. It's 5 minutes, so it's like a blitz game. It's like the perfect amount of time that I want to be looking at my phone if I'm trying to chill and like drink an espresso on the couch or something. Super low stakes poker games. Yeah, fair enough. So you don't have to like worry about it too much. But I feel like that's a little bit like trading with too small size. Like if I don't trade with certain amount of size, I don't take it seriously, and then I might as well just not be doing it. I feel like that's how I feel sometimes when I trade. Like when I have a big red streak and I got to reduce size, I can only do it for so long because I'm like, okay, I am no longer taking my trading seriously. Same with paper trading. When I'm trading with paper, I'm just like, well, let's just 10x my size, you know, because I'm like a little bored and I just don't take it seriously. But if I have that like perfect, like yesterday, that swing trade was pretty nice. Like I was able to enter the swing trade, close my trading app. I literally closed TD Ameritrade and I had zero stress because it was big size, but it wasn't too big. And that's why I'm saying I should have sized it even more. I should have maybe done like 20 options or something like that, or 30 options. 10 options was pretty light. So I was thinking like I had zero stress, but that also allowed me to be really chill about my trade. Like I didn't really think about it. And then when I saw it approaching VWAP, I wasn't trying to squeeze out an extra penny. I was just like, this is a lot of resistance. We're in a bear market. Everything that pops up goes down. Let me take my profits and move on. So it was like very chill. But I think if I traded, let's say, very small share size, I don't know what I would have done. I just would have not taken it seriously. I definitely would have not closed the trade. I would have held into tomorrow, being like, well, I need a big winner to even make this worthwhile. And then boom, it would have been, I would have been in the red. Or not in the red, but I would have been pretty much back to break even at this point. Yeah, adding into higher lows would have definitely been a good idea. So I could have added here for sure, and I could have maybe even added here. God, but adding higher right now is just like, it is the guaranteed way to turn a green trade into a red trade. For example, I was day trading XPEV yesterday, and I don't know why my trades aren't showing up, just classic TOS. I bought here. We were starting to crawl up. I sized into this one, and then it flushed down, and then I closed here for a small loss. But I was actually up. I was like up like $90, and then I closed for like a $20 loss because I sized into this one. So I feel like in this market, just buying with a decent size and then selling pretty quickly, especially day trading, is probably the way to go. Oh man, Vort, you traded Hootie? Whew, God forbid, that ticker was crazy. Yeah, 10-minute chess games is a little bit too long. It's the 5-minute chess games. Yeah, that's important too. In this market, you want to have that size, 70%, even more sometimes even just straight up like 100% size on your first entry, which is like, it's also a little bit uncomfortable. But that lack of continuation in this market is just makes trading very difficult. Man, in 2020, you could have just been adding into every trade and just let it ride for like 15 minutes. You'd have like a few tickers that never worked out, so that's why, you know, you just wait and keep adding and then cut, keep adding, cut. But eventually that ticker that just runs 500%, you're caking. So hoodie is moving, being called out. It's not bad. It's having that big bottom bounce today, which we've been kind of expecting. 36% up. I've been really unexcited about trading hoodie. HUDI. It's really not my like kind of go-to ticker. I mean, look, this ticker starts moving at 10:30, rips up 200%. I mean, that's pretty nice. I think what you could have done with hoodie is trade this first stare. Like, honestly, I'm thinking about doing a little bit more swing trading on certain stocks. Like, I think there's no way I would have day traded any of this well, like guaranteed. Knowing me, I would have probably ended up red. But if I zoomed out to the 5-minute chart, let's say, or the some other chart time frame, and I realized, okay, well, look at this ticker. We sold off. We had a run. Now we sold off, and now we're popping back up, and we're at a new high, and now we're pulling back. And now we're actually forming a first stare. This is a first stare right here. And you accumulate, and you look for that rip. Then there's the second stare. This one's pretty nasty. This is more of like a pennant. I'm not a big fan of this one. This one also a little bit of a pennant, but it holds the highs a little bit nicer. But after that, keep selling off again. And then you could have probably traded this momentum. But again, like, I'm not online pretty much ever at like 11 to 14. That's really like a bad time for me. I usually have like back-to-back calls. I got meetings, all sorts of weird stuff. Dinner. Yeah, and then, I don't know, today you could do like a little bit of backside trading or technically new front side trading. A lot of resistance and back holders on this ticker. So probably not going to have the best continuation. I don't know, it's tough. Who traded hoodie in the last few days? It was like, I mean, crazy price action, just like always at the worst times, I feel like, at least for me. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Midterms. Did you guys all vote? I hope everybody voted. Everything ended a pretty good green yesterday. Look at this, like 0.1%, 1% up almost across the board. NASDAQ at 10.5, S&P at 3.8, and Dow at 32.8. Pretty crazy. Stocks rose yesterday, and all three major indexes closed the day higher as investors and everyone else geared up for today's midterm election. Meta, in particular, saw its fortune start to rise as reports that major layoffs could happen as soon as tomorrow. Yeah, Meta's got to freaking stop the bleeding. Did you guys watch the All In podcast where they're basically just calling out Meta like, yo, you're dropping $25 billion a year on this metaverse and you have nothing to show for it? And I mean, their company has about 87,000 employees. They gotta. That sounds very expensive. You might have heard there's elections today. Yeah, so that's the big thing, right? The House and the Senate, currently in control of by the Democrats. Five seats in the House and just one in the Senate for Republicans to balance the power. infant that survives an attempted pregnancy termination. That sounds pretty heavy, honestly. Imagine that's not a way to start your life. Whew. Let's see. Are considering whether to legalize recreational marijuana. It seems so minute of a topic after the abortion thing. And then now we got slavery. A lot of big topics being thrown on us right here. Slavery might be an issue you thought were settled back in 1865, but Alabama, Louisiana, Oregon, Tennessee, and Vermont will ask voters whether to outlaw it in their state. What? Prison reform advocates are hoping the bans, which have passed in some other states, could help enforce prison labor. Oh, okay. Yeah, forced prison labor. There needs to be a whole entire prison reform. It's way too crazy in America. Yeah. Yeah, Colby. I was like, whoo. That's like trading poker and then chess back to back. That's why we need something a little bit lighter, you know? Just like a simple shooter game where we blow each other up. Because that's so much more positive. Gotta watch the new All In podcast. Yeah, the new All In podcast is freaking, they're always good. I don't know. It's rarely that I'm disappointed. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, that wasn't the best one, or I'll be like, oh, that was a really good one. But I feel like they're all good. They're all good. Airbnb has heard your complaints about cleaning fees. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I remember Airbnb had some nasty cleaning fees. Like, you just be like, what, $100 for our one night stay? This is so good. I don't know if you guys just read this. Tyson Foods CFO John Tyson, who is also the son of Tyson's chairman and great-grandson of the founder, was arrested this weekend for allegedly being so intoxicated that he broke into his stranger's house and fell asleep in her bed. But here's the weirdest part. This happened in Washington County, Arkansas. Kansas. That's Arkansas. Why did I read Arkansas?
Arkansas.
It is Arkansas. I don't think I've seen it in written form in a long time, so I was right, and then I second-guessed myself. Never second-guess yourself. Well, you should probably second-guess yourself sometimes. That's the same county where Beyond Meat's ex-COO was arrested for allegedly biting someone's nose in September. So, weird things happen in Arkansas. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, have you seen where Arkansas is located? I mean, ain't nothing good coming out of this area. What kind of cities do they have? They got like a chunk of Memphis and what's Arkansas known for? They're north of Louisiana. Yeah, I don't know. You got Pine Bluff. What's going on in Pine Bluff? It doesn't look like a whole lot of anything. I mean, it looks like a cute place. They probably have some good like high school football games. Oh, I knew it. That's so stereotypical. Without a question. I mean, that's like all you got going on here. Yep. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. You got football in this beautiful intersection that they're so proud of here in Pine Bluff. Great for them. All right, let's see. The U.S. seized 3.36 billion in Bitcoin stolen from an internet black market. Oh, I was actually reading about this yesterday. The Department of Justice, the DOJ, said yesterday it got the Bitcoin stash when it raided the home of James Zong, who pled guilty to wire fraud Friday. Zong allegedly stole the crypto back in 2013 from the since shuttered dark web marketplace Silk Road. Oh, this is pretty big stuff here. The seizure marks the government's second largest crypto recovery ever, after the 3.6 billion worth it got from the Brooklyn couple accused of hacking Bitfinex. Interesting times, boys. Interesting times. Oh, sorry. I gotta pop back into here. Dude, I could use an LMG. Guys, let's... Oh, Tom just posted such a good GIF in the Discord. It's been 84 years. That's too good. That's too good. That's horrible at the same time. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get creative. We need a first-person shooter game. Arkansas, for real. Yeah, Tom, Little Rock. So true. Little Rock. That went over my head. I forgot about Little Rock. Whoa! Hoodie falling off a cliff. Guys, this is not the market to be trading in. This is why we read the news in the morning, because we try to avoid ourselves to trade. We want to forget that we're looking at charts. Otherwise, we might end up trading. Yeah, that was a little bit harsh maybe for Arkansas. I do I send them my condolences for their situation. All right, so let's get back on track here. Colby needs to find a shooter game that we can all play. You know what? I literally just spoke to somebody at the park, and he's a gamer, a streamer, actually, and I met him doing calisthenics, and he told me to download... Oh, I already forgot the name, but I downloaded it a couple of days ago, and I have yet to play it. Valorant. Do you guys know the game Valorant? I hear it's pretty good. I hear it's free. It's like Call of Duty. Anyone could just play it, download it. Guys, let's get on Valorant. Riot Games. Weren't we trading Riot Games? Hold on. Let's go here. Riot Games. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to FinViz. Let's see. Riot Games. Riot, I swear. Is this the same one? No, Riot Blockchain. This is something different. Riot. Maybe Riot Mara, right? That's, that was, we were on that for a long time. Jewel says, I don't play video games. It's a sad life. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably for the best. Honestly, I don't really play that much because my wrist. So when I do play anything, it needs to basically be a controller game. Which is unfortunate because for pretty much my whole life, I was just playing Age of Empires 2. That's like the best. It really doesn't get any better than that. But that game really hurts my wrist, so I can't really play that game anymore. Controller games are totally fine. They don't bother me at all. So yeah, what I do is I have the Xbox Elite controller, and it just works with USB. So I just play it on my PC, the Xbox controller. It's pretty much that simple. Like, you could even use it as a mouse, but it's very difficult. Jules says video games are bad. I'm going to shoot real gun in 5 hours. I don't like virtual guns. Fair enough. Fair enough. We all have our preferences. If I go back to the States, I'm definitely going to buy me some guns, load up again. Look at this. Pesky Penguins holding the floor at 1.5 after the big Solana sell-off that we had. So it's good to see that. But yeah, I don't play video games nearly as much as I feel like I should be playing. My time is a little bit scarce lately, which is a bit unfortunate. But I feel like a really good game session is so fun. Like last weekend, I went to my friend's and he just got Mario Kart and Mario Party. And it was just like a couple of us, his girlfriend, some other people. And we just played like the really good old games for a few hours, and it was just so chill. We've been planning to do that for like honestly, we were kind of planning to do that for months, and we finally executed on that idea. So it was really good fun just to kind of hang out and play those old games again. Where were we here? Every warning light is blinking for the used car market. Probably a good thing. Used cars are so expensive. The used car market is struggling harder than your uncle's 20-year-old Dairis towing a jet ski trailer. In just 2 trading seasons, half of online car dealers' Carvana market value has been wiped out. That's reckless. With stock pricing its lowest point on a record intraday yesterday, less than $7 a share. Okay, well, FinViz, back to FinViz, guys. What's the Carvana ticker? Carvana. CVNA. Look at that volume too. That's the biggest volume it's had. That is brutal. $1.2 billion market cap. Man, imagine just investing in this company. This is why investing in individual stocks is tough. It's a tricky freaking cookie. And look at this. There's so much insider buying, so you would even think it's a good thing. Like the insider's been buying since $104. And it's pretty much just been steady. Man, the CEO pumped some freaking money into this. Garcia, Ernest the second and the third. Oh man, their net worth has depreciated. Yeah, Jules, I feel you there, man. I'm pretty much the same. I feel like I'm an old gamer, and I have to check my addiction to gaming. So like, I don't play nearly as much, mostly because I'm just too busy. But like I said, every now and then it's pretty good fun just to like, kick it for a bit. All right, so let's read about this car market. The losses haven't stopped rolling for the car dealer since it logged bleak third quarter results last Thursday, reporting a dip in basically every aspect of the business. Last year, Carvana's market cap clocked in at $60 billion. After its recent breakdown, its current valuation is at $1.4 billion. A huge waving red flag for the entire industry. What's happening? Well, it's a cycle. Supply chain issues result in fewer cars, prices rise, the average used cars at $28,000. Yeah, so nobody's buying really used cars because they're too expensive. Inflation rises. The Fed raises rates to combat inflation, which means you don't have that line of equity or line of credit. And buyers who frequently finance car purchases opt not to buy at all. That's basically what I just said. Ooh, SPY pumping right now. An index that tracks used car prices, the Mannheim used vehicle. That's actually really close to where I was born, Mannheim, Germany. I was born like literally right outside of this town. That's weird. Used vehicle value index dropped in October for the 5th month in a row. It's almost down 11% from last year, the biggest dip in 28 years. God forbid, Jesus Christ. Colby says, I'm one of those weird dudes who never played games until I was like 20. Dude, that is so weird. I would have definitely not expected that. But, you know, in a way, that's probably a good thing. You don't have carpal tunnel. You're probably like probably way more psychologically, it's probably very healthy, honestly. But I feel like games back in the day were like way more chill. Like, think about Age of Empires 2. It's so chill. Or, like, think about the OG Super Smash Bros. On Nintendo 64. Or, like, Mario Kart. It was, like, so relaxing. Nowadays, it's just, like, flash, flash, flash. Buy, upgrade. Do this, do this. It's, like, you don't play for one day. You got, like, 10 gigabytes of download you missed. You're, like, way behind in everything. Gaming today is, like, really hectic, I find. So honestly, when during the holidays, when my brother and I hang out, we'll play like we dust off the old Nintendo 64 and we play some Super Smash Bros. He's Pikachu, I'm Fox, and we're just, you know, we just keep it real simple. Yeah, Triad says 2012 to 2015 had the best CODs. Yeah, there was some really good stuff back then. I agree. Even before that was actually like really my thing. Like the first like World War II COD, like 2010, even before that, 2009 or something like that. Oh, actually, that's like when it first came out. We had the first one that came out, so like that's where I started on Call of Duty. Like, yeah, the really old one. Yeah, back in the day when you could have like 10 friends on at the same time. That's true. That's so funny. So here's the Riot Games Valorant. Look, see, this is exactly what I mean. It's installing something. God only knows what it's installing. I literally downloaded this like a couple of days ago, and now it's installing something again. God, like, what is going on? I don't really know my password or anything. Let's see if... Am I logged in with Google? Let me quickly check. I've yet to actually play the game, so I don't really know how it works. I just know it's a shooter, and a streamer that I work out with told me about it. So that's all I can really say about Valorant. But I hear it's pretty good. Uh-oh, I don't know how to get it off my second screen. Oh, crap. Oh, there it is. Well, let's see. Look, it's still downloading something. This is the problem with games nowadays. I guess in a way it's a good thing. Like, I shouldn't complain. It basically means you get like games quicker and they constantly update and fix things. But it just basically also means you're never playing a game that's complete and like fully thought through. And that's why it's like good and bad, I guess. It's an absolute ghost town, guys. It is like this pre-market is probably the slowest pre-market. Although I feel like I say that about all pre-markets. Oh, there's the play button. Wait. Oh, I think I froze it. Uh-oh. The amount my computer is doing right now is ridiculous. Streaming, trading, multiple screens, OBS. Way too many tabs on Chrome and Firefox. But hey, this bad boy's got 64 gigabytes of RAM, so I like to push it to the limit. Oh, I remember Quake. Quake was some reckless stuff. That game was so gory for like no reason. Actually, I guess for many reasons. I really don't feel like learning a new game right now. I kind of want to watch the markets, but at the same time, I'm a little bit curious what this is all about. Stream Valorant to your friends.
Agent,
I'm
welcome
already
to
streaming.
Valorant. Name's Brimstone. I'll be taking you through some training
guys
so we
hear
can get
this?
you out in the field. We'll start with basic movement. Walk over there, would you?
What time is it? It's 2:47. All right, I'll do this till like 9 o'clock.
This base is still getting cleaned up. Jump and crawl your way to that gun over there.
What gun? I don't see a gun. Give me, oh, a wine bottle. Now we're talking. I want the wine bottle. How do I get the wine bottle? Oh, dang, I just popped it. There we go. This is very animated. It reminds me of, I never really played the game, but it reminds me of something like Fortnite. But again, oh, okay, I'm actually going the right direction. Oh, there's the gun.
Now shoot that flying target for me. Accuracy is everything, so remember to stop before you fire. Try it on these bots, then grab the rifle.
Right trigger is also shoot. How weird is that? That doesn't make any sense. How do I aim?
Out of charges. Out of charges. Out of charges.
Age of Empires 2, it's the best. Honestly, we should all be playing Age of Empires 2 right now. Tom says we should, Oh wow, look, there's a hole in the sky. That's not good. It says I need to eliminate 2 bots, but I don't see any bots. Oh, there's a bot. Oh dang, I died. How do I use my knife? Oh yeah. Run! Why is my guy going so slow? How do I go fast? Oh, I think I was crouching. Hold on. Oop. Wait, scanners. Scanner check. Hold on. What are the tickers up to? TWOU could be an option, but the volume's way too... Well, it's a $7 stock. Recent earnings winner. It's up only 20%. So typically I don't want to be trading anything below 30%, but in this market sometimes I do. I don't know. We still gotta finish reading the news. I can't really kill this guy. I want to kill him with my knife.
Alright, Agent, 3 more.
Out of charges.
Position yourself so you only fight one at a time. You can aim down sights for a closer look.
Imagine doing this like as your job, like professionally. I gotta talk to my friend a little bit more about that. Like, look, I'm coming out of the bush here. I'm gonna freaking like a. Like, I guess it's pretty much the same as trading professionally. Like, we're pretty much doing the same thing, just clicking in different spots on the screen at different times and different intervals. Ultimately, it's the same thing.
The next bot
Cheers,
can't
Colby.
see you, but it will hear you.
I've
Walk slowly so it doesn't detect your footsteps. Then, take it by surprise. Nice job. Let's try out some different guns on these targets. Normally, you'd have to think about which guns and abilities to spend your creds on. But
What
for now,
creds?
go wild.
All right, guys. I'm all ears for picking a different game or like picking whatever you guys want. Aim sensitivity. What's that? Oh, hello. Yes, Odin. I like Odin a lot.
Take this time to check your settings. Adjust your aim sensitivity. Review your keybinds. I want everything to custom fit.
Oh, I have to hold it. Okay. What does he mean check your settings? How do I check my settings? Honestly, the sniper rifle was probably my... Actually, no, I don't know. Odin was pretty nice. What's a heavy shield? All right, I feel like this is really distracting from my trading. But I have my second screen up with 6 tickers, and they're all absolutely doing nothing. Oh, is this basketball court? I wouldn't mind
Let's
playing.
test your accuracy. These spots pop with 1 headshot. Body shots do less damage and leg shots even less. They'll despawn quickly, so see how many you can get before the timer runs out.
I probably need to reload, huh? Oh no, I don't need to reload. Ah! Ever since I thought about reloading, I got messed up. Oh, sneaky bastard. How long is this timer going on for? I don't want to keep doing this.
Not bad. Alright, track down that waypoint. It'll lead you to the teleporter. Go through it so we can practice using your abilities. They make a
Alright,
huge
Jules, I
difference
agree
in
with that.
setting up a
This is taking
favorable
too
fight.
long. Let's do that. What's the difference? Sign out and exit? I guess both. So, I was actually, because you guys know I'm addicted to Coinbase, so I was actually on YouTube and I was watching but yeah, if you guys have a really good game that we can all play at some point, specifically like after the stream, I'm super game. Yeah, I'm all ears, so just drop it in the Discord. We have a whole chat room for that, and I know you guys already know about that. Now let's go to library, and so I was watching the Lex Friedman interview, and
It's a more centralized thing, but once you have crypto, you can then go into the self-custodial world,
this
store it
is
yourself.
this is really good. So
to get into the technical details,
I like to swing trade, typically companies that I feel very comfortable with holding for multiple days. So I find that, or like multiple days, for multiple months, so on and so forth. I want to have a good feeling for the overall company. Allows me to edge in a little bit harder, kind of helps my conviction and my confidence in the ticker. So that's like the opposite of when it comes to day trading small caps, where I really just don't give a flying crap about the ticker or the company. So I was watching this podcast to kind of like, because this came out 3 months ago, so it's fairly new, to get a better understanding of Brian Armstrong, the CEO and co-founder of Coinbase. Colby says Brian Armstrong looks like Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. Yeah, I feel you. So there's a first comment in here that was really on point, and he's like, Brian has transcended the status of floating head. And I was watching this outside at the park, and basically if you really only see, like if you have a glare on your screen, you really do only see his head. It was like the perfect comment I read. It's quite funny. But I still have a lot more to watch. It's interesting for me for multiple reasons. Obviously, because I'm trading Coinbase, I want to know more about the founder. I want to know more about the company. But it's also interesting to me because I have my own company, my own startup, Trade Journal, which I'm sure you guys are aware of. But it's kind of interesting to see what kind of similar things he had to work through. And because, yeah, we always got tons of funny situations going on our end over here. And we're actually a pretty similar size of what he's talking about in the beginning. He was talking about like from 5 to 7. So we're a team of 8 right now, but we have a few interns that are actually going to be leaving. So we're going to be like a team of, I don't know, we're going to be a little bit smaller, that's for sure. 4. We're going to be a team of 4 after that. But anyway, very, very interesting and relatable certain moments. So I find this podcast to be really good for me personally. Let's actually go through a little bit more news here. I was just thinking, watching the podcast would be a little bit weird on the stream right now, but let's go through a little bit more news and finish up. So we talked about the car industry, how it's the used car industry is really failing right now, mostly because, well, for many reasons, used cars are too expensive because of supply chain issues due to COVID, and now with inflation coming in, and the Fed is increasing rates. People don't want to take high lines of credit to buy used cars. So what happens to used cars? They are falling off a cliff. I'm surprised the price of used cars aren't going down. I mean, the average price for a used car, $28,000, is insane. So let's keep going here. Morgan Stanley warned it could become a $1 stock. Well, anything could happen, right? That's really just clickbait at that point. Let's see here. First, he tried to revolutionize fitness. Now rugs. Former Peloton execs have another expensive thing for you to buy, and after a year, try to resell on Facebook Marketplace for an eighth of what you paid. That's good. John Foley, Peloton's ex-CEO and co-founder, is launching a direct-to-consumer custom-cut rug business called Ernesta, and is bringing almost most of his OG Peloton team. What? The business, in a market currently cornered by high-end rug designers and inheriting whatever is left in your great-grandma's house, Ernesta wants to offer custom-sized rugs for the same price that retailers like West Elm and CB2 charge for standard-sized carpets. Is the rug industry the one to disrupt? Maybe. I have my rug buying experience is pretty limited. I have one rug from IKEA that's pretty standard. It's for my office. It's nothing fancy. It just needed a rug. And then for our living room, we actually have a really nice rug that we got on eBay. So it was somebody else's rug originally. It's used, but it's like really nice and large. To be honest, I have no idea how rugs usually work. We have a few more smaller rugs that some eBay, some I don't even really know. I guess just like normal stores, like bigger stores. Interesting. It's really something I never thought about. The startup will offer lower prices by buying bulk carpet rolls from manufacturers in Georgia and cutting the rugs in its New Jersey warehouse. To save cash by skipping storefronts, and Foley said the company could hit 50% gross margins on its first orders. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. 50% gross margins. So random. So it's the same team from Peloton. That's crazy. Even the investors are coming from there. The rug empire, his rug empire hit 25 million in Series A funding. It's actually pretty impressive. Yeah, Colby's saying not gonna lie, that is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Yeah, it's sometimes though, the boringest stuff, the most boring businesses are the ones that make the most money. So I feel you on that totally. It sounds so weird, but I just wouldn't be surprised. Like it's a lot of smart people that came up with this idea. So maybe there's something to it, or maybe they just really are too high on their own supply and they're just kind of totally going off the rails a little bit. So it's very weird. Hold on, I just saw coin for my second screen. It's below 55. I might actually have to buy this. So I bought it last time right around 54.80, I think was roughly my average. Whoa. See how it pops in these low areas? Yeah, it's just, they gotta, there has to be some logic behind the madness, right? So the only thing I'm a little bit nervous right now on coin is the fact that we've already consolidated a bit. We've already had a few bounces, and now we're kind of stuck here back in the channel, back in this big sell-off channel. So I'm not sure, and I usually don't like doing the same trade twice. So here was a big capitulation and a bounce, and now we had the double bottom, the retest. That was my thesis here. And now we're doing basically a third bounce. Again, every time I do like multiple trades too many times, it usually doesn't end well. So I would like to see how this one performs. What could be a really good trade on this one is looking for ultimately the price to sell off and then hold and bounce back, find support, and then buy somewhere here. Or if we get real good capitulation all the way to 50, I would probably buy on 50 and see how strong of a dead cat bounce 50 is going to be. Maybe there's going to be more capitulation under 50, or maybe it's going to end up kind of crawling around here a little bit and then reverse. So I think these are interesting zones. The one thing I don't really want to trade is a full-on support line bounce for the third time. That's really what I don't want to trade. It's 9:04 and there has really been nothing tradable all pre-market. How crazy is that? That is really a bit unusual. So yeah, we'll see what we get out of it. I'm not going to quickly run. I'll be right back. By the way, SPY is crawling higher, and Bitcoin looks like it found a bottom, so that's going to be very bullish for coin. So who knows? Anything's possible, but I think that's a little bit my game plan with Coinbase. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always thinking about that espresso that I really want. When is it going to come back into my life? So yesterday's espresso hit the spot so good, but I was also fasting yesterday, so I fast on Mondays till about like 5 or 6 p.m., sometimes 7 p.m. if we're eating dinner very late. So then the espresso obviously hits really good. Today, I feel like taking, having like the second espresso of the day is, I don't know if it's overdoing it or not. Like, it's a little late. The fasting is kind of my excuse, but if I'm not fasting, then I feel like I should only be having one espresso a day. Yeah, Dex, that's it. You gotta balance it, right? I feel like in general, like having an afternoon little coffee is totally fine. But since I'm usually quite busy, I like the fact that if I'm tired, I just kind of know without coffee, and then I like ease up more naturally. Otherwise, with coffee, I'll probably overwork myself a little bit too much. So that's why I really usually only do it Mondays. Last week I did it a little bit more because I don't know, I just had a lot going on. But yeah, one of my favorite times in the day is freaking 7 a.m. That's when I come back from my morning walk, and that's when I make my first espresso, and then I'm just like, whoo-hoo. Jewel says, I drink chai tea. Yeah. It's actually always funny because in Poland and other languages, chai just means tea. So I'm always like, it's like, ever since I learned that, I read TT. I drink TT. But chai is like a type of tea. Chai tea. How do you describe that? Indian tea beverage. So it's boiling black tea and milk and water with a mixture of aromatic herbs. Aromatic? Is that a word? Aromatic herbs and spices. So black tea is basically like green tea. It has caffeine. It's a little bit more, I think it's like roasted a little bit, no? What makes black tea black tea? Oh, they're fully oxidized, while green tea isn't oxidized. Okay. So I was thinking more like beer. Like if you have like a darker bodied beer, it's basically the same as a light beer, except the barley is roasted. So I was thinking maybe the black tea is roasted, but it's just oxidized. Okay, that makes more sense. But it's basically the same thing as green tea. I love rooibos tea. Rooibos is crack. But yeah, green tea is a good idea for the afternoons because it's a little bit more, it's not as extreme as caffeine. And there's something else in tea that makes it a little bit more gradual as opposed to coffee. I forgot the ingredient or the chemical. There's some sort of chemical in green tea and in general tea, the caffeine in tea that doesn't spike you as much. It makes the whole experience a little bit smoother. All right, let's get back to the news here. This feels like a lot of news today. I think I'm just going on way too many tangents. All right, let's see here. KPIs. Wow, we only made it to the KPI section. Oh, that's pretty much it. And after that, we have what else is brewing. But applicants to be a Virgin Atlantic crew member have doubled since the company announced a new gender-neutral uniform policy. What, like you can pick your uniform? I don't get it. Optional pronoun badges? Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know if I could jump on the whole pronoun bandwagon. I feel like it's a real fad. I could be wrong, but it's. I mean, just look at the kids. All the kids are making total fun of it. They're like, I'm, him, bro, boy, like all these ridiculous things. Like hamster. Like call me hamster. I don't know. Like this doesn't make any sense anymore. Like the pronouns. I don't know. I'll be canceled probably because I don't agree with pronouns, but it doesn't make any sense to me. Let's see what else is going on. The move followed an earlier easing of uniform regulations this spring when Virgin Atlantic allowed crew members to display tattoos considered inoffensive. Despite the tight job market, the airline has not struggled to hire like competitors, having thanks to relaxed uniform rules in a typically conservative industry, Y says. I mean, I don't really care what people wear as long as they're clean, right? I mean, cleanliness and good hygiene is obviously probably for most people, the most important part. We're on our way to a highway to climate hell with our foot still in the accelerator. UN Security General Antonio implored the world leaders attending the COP27 conference in Egypt not to put climate change on the back burner. Well. I was actually just watching the German president Olaf Scholz talking in Egypt at the conference. Obviously, climate is always front and center on that debate, and then a few chip things and some other larger issues. Nothing really new. The debate of the Justice Department here, monitor Department of Justice, DOJ. Monitor polls in 64 areas across 24 states today. Guard against election meddling and voter intimidation. Interesting. Everyone's favorite spot for COVID test, CityMD. I feel like this is sarcasm. Have you guys ever been to CityMD for COVID tests? I have not, so I cannot give feedback on that. The National Park Service is warning people not to lick Colorado River toads. Apparently, these toads release toxins that act as psychedelics when smoked, but are poisonous when ingested. I feel like the Park Service has never done any human psychology course, because an announcement like this, a headline like this, there's only one thing it's going to do. More people are going to be licking toads. Guaranteed. All right. Don't lick toads. Yeah, the pronoun thing is really a bit unusual. I really do feel like it's going to be one of those things that disappear. I hope. I just feel like it's too much focus on things that I don't want to say don't matter, but they almost distract us from more important issues in a way. I don't know. They just create a lot of bickering. I don't know. I guess I'll have to fully analyze it and see how it plays out. Oh, they don't get mad. That's good that they don't get mad. What are some really cool pronouns to call yourself? That's the question. The best pronouns to give yourself. I don't want the basic ones. Give me the fun ones. Ah. Here we go. Leave it to Reddit. Never. Perf. This is gold. We are farmers. Hey, hey. Pervathon. Okay, what do we got here? There's a lot of distractions. Never visits. Sheesh. That's a good one. She is. Sheesh. Hershey. Oh, see, those innocent ones really get me going. I don't know why. They're just so simple and funny. They made a material that doesn't exist on Earth. Who made a material? Oh, it's only been found in meteorites. So 2 universities came up with this in a lab. Very interesting. Man, you could dive into the deep end with this stuff. Nice, Jules. Where's that Hershey one? All right, guys, hold up. Ride, Lordstown Motors. Remember we were swing trading this company not so long ago? As in like 2021. This company more than just pretty much died. I think today's like could be a little bit dangerous for day trading because we're all kind of not really sure what to be trading, and I feel like that's a bit of a recipe for disaster. Has a bit of top here, 2-3. The volume's kicking up a little bit, still a bit light. MACD looks pretty healthy actually. Call me whoever, whatever you like. I am who I must be. Some good old Nietzsche. Yeah, it's easy to fall down a lot of rabbit holes here. I'm constantly looking at the market though with my second screen. I'm always on the lookout. I'm watching coin closely. It's back at 54, below 54.50. So this ticker is getting very weak. I would love to see some capitulation on coin. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it, but I'm looking at it. I think I'm a little bit skeptical with a lot of the tickers we're seeing that pop up, just because a lot of them fade fairly quickly. I gotta say, Ride though held this one pretty nice. Big buyers there. That was a pretty big bid. Who was wondering where I got my trading education? A lot of trial and error, a lot of failed stuff. A lot of YouTube. Spent a lot of time on YouTube, studying a few traders like Ross Cameron. I started off actually watching Wall Street Warriors, and Tim Sykes was in that series, and then I was researching him. Like this was like 7 years ago, and then I basically put trading on hold for like 2-3 years. I never really was able to pick much up from Tim Sykes. I felt like the information was a little bit all over the place. I don't want to talk down or anything. It wasn't really for me per se. I felt like Ross Cameron was at least like one very consistent strategy, the same thing every day. To me, I understood that a lot better than Tim Sykes was like a little bit here, a little bit there. Never really trades, but then sometimes trades. It was hard for me to understand that. Ross, it was more like, top gainers, here's your scanner, scan for, tickers up certain amount. It was just like way more clean. And then just, doing it every single day and talking to you guys, studying, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, trial and error. FFIE also being called out. I think Ride and FFIE are both actually kind of interesting right now. All right, looks like we're getting a little bit of action here. So let's get focused. Thank God. Ride trying for a new high a day. We would have to get back above 2.3 and then 2.34, but we're not so far away from it. I still might not do any trading. Did I trade yet today? I don't think so. I might do no trading, but I'm waiting for maybe coin to have a big capitulation, so I would possibly jump in on that. Yeah, the fact that the volume can't get over 100,000 yet is a little bit deteriorating for me wanting to trade. Yeah, and there's that inevitable flush. I think today was the perfect day for us to be, or at least myself, to be a little bit more distracted. I usually don't go on this many tangents. I definitely don't usually play any games at this time. But I felt like it was just so dry, especially with the elections today. Thursday we have we have inflation report that literally comes out at 9:30 at the market open. Who came up with that time? Who said let's drop inflation report at 9:30 a.m. at the market open? So maybe tomorrow it's going to give it. Tomorrow could be potentially a good day because we don't have any. We're just between two massive events. No, the report is tomorrow. I mean, Thursday. Did I say today? The elections are today. Tomorrow there's nothing, and then the day after, aka Thursday, is inflation. Sorry, guys. Earnings, unemployment, inflation. That was the sequence of the events. Ooh, my girlfriend's making a coffee. I can hear it. Whew. It's probably going to be really good. All right, here we go. Good luck, guys. Airbnb crawling higher, Coinbase possibly breaking 53. Could be a really good trade. Totally overextended to the downside, I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and clean up some of these drawings that we drew earlier. Airbnb breaking higher. Coinbase at 52. Wow, Coinbase is really dropping right now. Keeping a close eye on this one. We're almost at 50. I didn't think it was going to sell off this fast. What other large caps are you guys looking at? %, almost. Watch out. When coin dips this much, it usually tends to sell off for quite a while. So be kind of careful here. I feel like every time I see Coinbase down 6%, I'll usually see it down 5%. I mean 10% at one point. Holy, wow, this is brutal, guys. This is a huge sell-off. It would be maybe even more risk averse to do options. I mean, this huge sell-off here was only 28-30%, so I feel like the fact that, you know, we've had such an aggressive sell-off is insane. I'm not sure what kind of bounce we're going to get. I'm going to start kind of dabbling here just a little bit just to kind of get a feel for this ticker. Wow. Square is also falling off a cliff a bit. All right, I'm back. Square falling down, coin falling down, SPY falling down, Bitcoin. Looks like that double bottom's not holding. Airbnb though is shooting up. I'm pretty much like a retired small cap trader at this point. The second we get a small cap though that's back, I'm gonna be back as well. So Apple had a pretty, 75% sell-off and then had a really nice bounce. I don't know, guys. I don't know what I want to do today. I'm wondering if we're going to have, that healthy continuation here over the next few days and have that move to about 400 or so. That's kind of what I've been planning this whole time. Or I wonder if we're going to have like a little bit of a move here and then we're just going to, freaking fall off a cliff. I don't know. It's so hard to say. Yeah, Tesla. Darren's reminding me about the 188 call out, roughly here where we had this major support. Could keep pulling back like anything, obviously. Jules says, "Go relax and play Valorant." Honestly, legit, I should. That's so bad. I will end the stream maybe around 10 if nothing happens. I just put an alert on coin and literally got hit right afterwards. Tesla could actually be a really good buy as well. I like the overall support we're seeing. I wouldn't be surprised though if we had a proper break, but it wasn't on super crazy volume and then the price just kind of came right back. So I think weak breaks are great buys. So let's say we broke this area, but then we came right back. This could be a really good reversal. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just saying, I'm kind of thinking out loud. Wow, look at coin, guys. This is about to be a huge break. Do you think we're going to go to a new all-time low below 40.83? I don't really think so, but it could happen. Coin is down 12%. This is what I meant. Remember when the market opened, coin was selling off and we were down 6% or something? I was like, usually when coin is down over 5% or 6% or whatever I said, it often is, I see it below 10%. I don't know what it is, but once this ticker starts running to the downside, it runs to the downside. So here's going to be the possible break of 50. Whoa! Woo-hoo. Maybe it's going to bounce right back into the 50s. That was a huge execution. Wow! That was insane. That was insane. This 5-minute candle, these 5-minute candles are insanely high volume. Just really quickly, let's look at this on a 15-minute chart, for example. Look at this 5-minute volume here, and actually, let's do a 5-minute chart. Yeah, so this one really highlights it even better. Huge sell volume, guys. Huge sell volume on this ticker. So this is definitely a confirmed sell-off without a question. So I'm not going to trade it yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it had a major bounce at some point. Look at that. It's already having a big bounce. Iccm closing on a VWAP. I usually don't like trading tickers once they're below VWAP, but it could be an option. All right, it's back to $50, so that's a lot of support that came in there. Actually, that pullback on Iccm right here on VWAP doesn't even look too shabby. GRWG being called out, doesn't have enough volume for me. Nice bounce there. 2% bounce on coin. It's a huge bounce. I think something we always have to remember is not pronouns, but is the fact on coin. Although on Carva it's the same situation. We have just insiders buying, specifically this Tobias guy. He was buying, you know, in the 70s, all 70s and 60s like crazy. I would prefer if Coinbase just kept selling off like an ungodly amount. There's really no news to justify this. Coin is down 13% right now. DWAC is down 14%. Square is only down 2%. Bounce is looking a little bit weaker than it should be. Did you guys know that Tom is not the only one with blue light filter goggles? I usually don't wear mine, but they make me look hella waspy. Here, let me show you guys. They're not yellow like his are for some reason. I'm not really sure, but they cover the blue light very nicely. I can tell a huge difference. Look at my waspy ass blue light filter glasses. I don't even know if I'm wearing them straight. Look like Harry Potter. But yeah, those are these puppies for those late night sessions. So Bitcoin's still selling off. It's at 19,350. That's a pretty big sell-off. Bitcoin had coin back above $50. So this is a pretty strong bounce if you really think about it. 2.5% bounce. Very, very nice there. We were waiting for a break below 50 for a really long time. The break was definitely very strong, which made me hesitant to want to buy it. I would like to see even more capitulation on this one. I mean, the move below 10% was already pretty good. But you never know if you're going to get even more capitulation. Coin, I mean, Hood looks like it found some support here as well. Let's kind of pull this one up on maybe like a 4-hour really fast. A lot of support right around here at 10,980 or so. Trading, getting some really good size on coin with options might be a really good idea in the next coming either moments or days, depending on, you know, the action, and getting like maybe 3 or 6 or 8 weeks out. Mason says ride is not good for grinding, for trading. It's grinding a lot, or for scalping specifically. This is a huge sell-off on Hood. I wonder if Hood could be a really good dip buy coming into this zone. It's down 11% right now. Might trade it with smaller size if we see a move below 1050. I feel like when you're trading the backside, you just want to be like extra cautious. Today's a brutal day. Doji candle on coin. Oh, there are some buyers. You see that bid come in on Hood? 268. I mean 1068. So it found a lot of support right above 1050. – 1.5%. It's really not too bad. There's no reason to jump in on these tickers really too early. Hood doesn't seem like it has any catalyst for this ticker to be really down so much. I guess it's more of like a crypto sell-off with the overall Bitcoin, so it's a little bit weird. Very strong sell-off. So yeah, coin, I mean, Hood below 10.5 could be interesting. I don't really think it's gonna do that, to be honest. This is already kind of an insane amount of sell-off it's had, but if it does, it could be really good support. The last time, I mean, look at this wave it had. This is a 7% wave. Here it's at 10:07, at 10:57. It's getting a little bit jumpy in this area, so there's definitely support on it. A lot of dip buyers coming in on this one. If I had any puts or anything, I'd definitely be closing them, that's for sure. Bitcoin, I mean, coin back at almost 51, so could be a really good buy as well. I'm just kind of looking at the price action. I don't know if I'm going to do any trades. Yeah, I think if coin or hood kept selling off, I'd probably buy it at one point, but I'm not going to just jump in it yet. Obviously, coin below 50 is always very attractive. Hood might put in a really nice hammer candle on the 5-minute. Look at this. Really strong potential for a good hammer candle. These are very light green candles though. It's not really that. It wouldn't make me super bullish on buying. Oh, Airbnb just had a huge capitulation. And it started off so good. You know when you have like one of those itches in your ear? What is that called? So there's that sell-off I was kind of expecting we would see on Hood. Or it hasn't happened yet, but I didn't really expect that this to be bouncing just yet. Maybe it's going to bounce above the 9 EMA, but I just wouldn't be able to buy it. It just doesn't feel like... it would feel a bit premature, to be honest. Yeah, capitulation is probably the reason it cracks you up, and I think the reason it cracks me up sometimes is just like the imagery that comes with it. Just like picture like, I don't know, like a little kid just being like, I've had it or something. I don't know. That's every time I hear the word capitulation, that's always what I think of. Just like a total just throwing in the towel. I think we could all relate to it to some degree in some sort of measure or metric. So it's relatable. So Hood is still inching up here. The buy volume is just very light. MACD is slightly turning positive, but we could be seeing a slow trend on the MACD back higher. I wouldn't be surprised about that either. So it starts crawling up here, but that typically still means a bit of a bearish trend, and you're just getting this beginning of some divergence. Coin is at 51.2, so nice little bounce it's been having here. Really can't deny that. Almost 7% bounce on coin. I mean, that's huge. So yesterday in my trade, How much did we get out of that one? That was also somewhere in that area. I don't know. My average was somewhere here maybe. So this was only like a 5.5% trade. So this whole entire move was pretty much what we just did yesterday. How crazy is that? So in this very short period of time. So, I mean, the ticker's definitely bouncing. SPY is bouncing. We got Airbnb bouncing. PayPal just basically flat in a way. Square bouncing a little bit. Bitcoin bouncing a little bit. I don't know. It's a weird day. Weird day for sure. I'm not sure, honestly, if I'm going to do any trading here. I think what I would probably prefer to do today is take kind of a bird's eye view a little bit. Take a step back. Close my screen for a little bit. Look at coin occasionally on my phone. See if you could start seeing some larger trends, usually around like 10:30 or so, sometimes even around 10. You start getting some bottoms or you start getting some big pivot points. So I think that's what I'm going to be waiting for. That's basically what I did yesterday, and I think if I was streaming until, you know, that trade finally came, I probably would have tripped over myself. So the markets are back green. Maybe we're going to get a reversal. Who knows? I'll see you guys in the Discord. Whatever I end up doing, I'll make sure to post in the Discord, let you guys know what's going on. I didn't go through any memes today, so we'll have to do a little bit better job of that. I figured out how to balance trading, making a living. There we go. So now hiring ex-Meta employees. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll be taking a chill. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be doing any trades, but if I do any trades, I will be posting in the Discord just like yesterday. So if you were in yesterday's Discord, I gave the whole entire play-by-play of all my swing trades, my entries and exits. So I'll be sure to do the same today. I'm not sure if I really just want to jump in this one now. I'll probably give it a little bit of time. If this really keeps crawling like to 54, I mean, this is going to be in play, but I'm not totally sure how I would go about it because I did not have the right read on it. I was expecting a little bit different action maybe. So we'll see. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning and in the Discord. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. First, no trade day in quite a long time. I didn't even do any small scratch trades, or anything. So absolutely crazy. All right, guys. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.